we are talking about the Baat Jaam Dao. And what I want to do is, in this video, I want to go through some key points of the Baat Jaam Dao and what you need to understand, okay? And when I do, I hope that it is helpful to each and every one of you, because by God, you need it, one, and two, I'm really talking to my students that are dealing with the sword system. So it's not a knock on everybody else. It's really mainly my students, those who have particularly bought into the spirit and the truth and the personification of this guy, Tyease Brooks's Wing Chun Kung Fu, that Hampton Hong Shogun martial arts. Now, we are located in Little Rock. If anybody wants classes, we are starting up back in January. We are kicking it. Return to the throne. Let's get into it. So, if you know anything about the Wing Chun Kung Fu system, it's obvious that a lot of times when we do the skills, right, we start off where? Left hand side. So if you know the Wing Chun skills from that point, great start in the Baat Jaam Dao, because we will hold the swords in the right arm and we're faced this way, okay? And we're doing this point, right? So we're already starting with the beginnings of the form at this point. Does that make sense? Now, if you know Chum Q, and there's a point, I'm going to be putting my swords down and up a lot. So, there's a point that after this point, you're going to face off with a kick here. Now notice that in Chum Q there are 3 kicks. A lot of people just think there's 1, maybe there's 2. No, if you've really been opening your eyes, there have been 3 different kicks that these masters would do. I don't care which kicks they do. It's not my problem. I don't care which kicks you do. If you notice, even my students, they'll do different kicks. My problem is, what is your reasoning for doing that kick off of Chum Q? Because guess what? Now it's going to manifest itself into the Baat Jaam Dao if you're not careful. So either one, stay with strict code of law and ethics of how it's been done in the first beginning, or 2, you have a logic or explanation of why it's being done like that in the first dang place. Then it's dope. It's cool. Okay? Dope means cool in this case. So, you'll notice that right here, and all of a sudden, either one, they're going to crescent out into a gum sow. 2, they're going to twist front kick into a gum sow. 3, they're gonna still have a turn, but they're gonna side kick into a gum sow. It doesn't matter to me what you do. It's not my place to tell you why something's being done and how. You follow your teacher on that, but go to your master, go to your teacher, ask them why is it done this way. If they can't give you something solid of a good reason, that is time to exit. Or you can stay there and finish and learn whatever you got, and then go find another teacher that can either give you a reason why that kick is being done, or you switch it out because you know that logic sucks. That is Wing Chun, because Wing Chun is scientific. Please understand that. Do not be dummied to a master's interpretation of the skill. Get some logic. Now that I said that, once that kick is being done, we're at this point in Baat Jaam Dao. We have now separated the swords, and we're ready to go into the skill mode. Does that make sense? So I just already broke it down from the point of the start to here. So if you didn't watch all that, you're bad luck. Go back and rewatch it. Now, some key points you need to know about just throwing the swords by themselves. You're gonna see, for example, us just doing this. I know it sucks. Or maybe, and I'm gonna show it for the side, maybe we're doing this. Maybe we do more of a chop down. Okay? Either way, I get it. It looks bland as heck. Why are we doing the jump down part like this? Alright? Because that's the first basics of it. It's just like the punch. We're learning the punch idea. That's basic. It's regular, right? Same thing as chopping. Okay, that's the first part. That chop is going to be the most important part, especially with how up we are and the horizon of where we're coming from. If we're right here, chopping just goes like that. Chopping goes like that. It's just real basic, real to the point. Now, that's that cut. You may see us, you see us a lot of times coming back like this. Why are we coming back like that? Please be understanding that when you come back, I don't care what you come back to. I don't care if you do this slash, right? I don't care what you're doing to either advance forward or come back. It doesn't matter. Even if you come backwards, if an attack comes back again, you still know that you can advance forward again. You know, we have a stance, and it's really not a stance, it's footwork, but you notice that every time in footwork there's the word ma. Ma means horse. So even if I step back, it's a horse. If I step forward, it's a horse. If I do a stance and I stay right here, that is a horse. So ma, horse. Horses are very respected in Chinese culture. So when I step back, it's called Toi Ma, okay? Understand that if I step back, doesn't mean I've retreated. At that point in stage, maybe distance was needed to be created. And if I'm up close to the opponent, there's a chance that I'm too close to project the action that I need. So I may have to step back in order to do a technique, just like I step forward and do a technique. Does that make sense? We do not retreat in the Wing Chun. Wing Chun is a do or die type of system. We do not retreat. We will rather hurt and bleed to death than retreat. That is our mindset. If we get too much beating, yeah, I'm willing to bet you some have admit defeat. You know, roll off somewhere, get their skills better, come back. But this ain't no dang kung fu movie. Your skills better be accurate, better be to the point. You better be ready for war and justice. So when we step back, you better be ready to go. You better be ready to go. At any time, you better be ready to go. I don't care what you're doing. So, in that, please understand that principle. We are not retreating. But in the form, we may be coming back and we re-represent our start and point place. We're ready to do something else like view, right? And we go from there.